Okay, so I'm starting this Tony Horton, the P90X guy, 4-week cleanse diet. Now, I know we have lots of whey proteins because I'm relatively ketogenic. That just pretty much means I get the majority of my calories come from proteins. And as you go through this process, towards the last 2 weeks, you can't have any sort of milk-based or dairy-based items. And the last week, there's no animal-based items. So with no dairy-based, it's kind of hard to get most of your protein. So I started going, well, let's see what I can find in the way of different sorts of vegan proteins. This is the first that I tried. Life Basic. This is what the plant protein mix, naturally flavored vanilla. Oh my god, this stuff was absolutely horrible. I always try this straight up first in what I'm more than smoothies, which is normally orange juice, half banana, some frozen fruit. And wow, this was gritty and chalky. I mean, this was kind of like if you were to take old school KO Pectate or like a milk of magnesia and then add like a handful of grit. This is what this one was. Super cheap on Amazon. You know, the profile, you're looking at, you know, 22 grams of protein per scoop. You know, no fat, well, 1 gram of fat. So that aspect good, but this tastes absolutely horrible. Second one they tried was Garden of Life raw protein. This, of course, is again it's a pretty much it's a vegan one, gluten-free, dairy-free, all organic. I like Garden of Life's super Beyond Fiber blend, which is just like ground up seeds with a little bit of cinnamon. Really great all natural fiber. And this one, you know, 90 calories. You've got 3 grams of fiber, not bad. 17 grams of protein, you know, not bad. Flavor in this one, again, this is vanilla. It's closer to what you get in like a Gaspari Biofusion vanilla, which is still probably one of the better vanillas. It's not bad. It still has a bit of that grittiness though. And again, I've done this one straight up with just water, as well as in my my protein blends when I do my morning shake. You know, I've combined this with my Gaspari Biofusion whey protein, like a half scoop, to give it a little more plant protein base to it, and as well as to cut back on the amount of whey that I'm consuming. It's not bad. It does still have a grittiness to it. It's more apparent on with using colder liquid than with warmer liquid. But all in all, I'll say this one's palatable. You know, if you drink protein powders, you're not used to them being, you know, like milkshakes. This one's palatable. And before you ask, yes, I did use this one with just straight water, and it left what looked like a small puddle of sand in the bottom of my shaker cup. And then the last one that I tried, ironically, this is actually also one of the better ones, good old-fashioned Sunwarrior Warrior Blend raw protein. Hopefully this is somewhat in frame of the camera. I went with chocolate on this one, because thinking, well, you know, if I do lots of vanillas, maybe I'll throw in a chocolate one, see if it's any different. So this one, 1 scoop, 84 calories, 1.4 grams of fat. It's weird to see a company actually does the points, because normally what you see is if it's above 0.5, they'll say 0.5, because you have 0.0, 0.5 are your 2 targets. And if you're above 0.5, you normally round up. If you're below 0.5 or 0.4 in most cases, you put on 0. So you've got, you know, 1.4 grams fiber, kind of negligible, 15 grams of protein. So if you're comparing this, what you get from a normal scoop of whey protein, which is 22, 25, you actually need 2 scoops of this to equal 1 scoop of whey protein. That having been said, this one actually is pretty decent. Out of this one, my morning shakes, pretty good. The one which I have found out that some of the, since it's a non-hydrolyzed protein, sometimes what happens is when you're putting this one out specifically, you'll have these little kind of like spheres. Essentially, it's kind of like if you get a little bit of moisture on the outside, it kind of creates almost like a capsule on the outside. So when you're drinking it, you'll also have like a little pellet that you'll bite into, and it's just the raw powder. And it's kind of bizarre. And I've combined that one with just regular cocoa, like a Hershey's cocoa, or if you want to go with an organic cocoa. And it's decent. I've had that one with just my water for my my daily shakes, and it's pretty good. You do have to use a couple of scoops to get a similar protein level to what you would get from a whey. And with the blend in there, you're still not getting that direct fast-acting breakdown that you get with whey, that's what you kind of see in all of these. You tend to get a nice mix, which is good, unless you're going for that specific before workout regimen where you want those nice fast digesting proteins, or if you want to go for the little bit afterwards. All in all, not bad. I'd probably say if you're planning on trying to do kind of like a vegan cleanse sort of diet, and you are someone who takes a lot of protein, I would say look into the Sunwarrior blends. They seem to have a pretty good job when it comes to the flavoring. Or if you're someone who's kind of relatively hardcore when it comes to proteins and whatnot, and you actually buy them raw, I mean, when I say raw, that you just buy straight whey protein. You don't buy a pre-made container with the flavorings and all that. So that's what you actually can buy just the straight vegan proteins by themselves, if that's more of your style. Me, I don't have the kitchen room. I've got like a cabinet for all my stuff. Like one cabinet. No shelves, set of drawers. I'd probably say that when it comes to this sort of thing, I would recommend more of the Sunwarrior style. Comparable in price to the other ones. Again, you'll need a little bit more per serving. Does have actually a better overall flavor profile.